everyone, the Lunar New Year Tet, Chinese New Year is around the corner. So let's get cooking, making this traditional rice cake non-traditional way. I show you fastest and easiest way to make them. Please come to the kitchen with me. Welcome to SaigoncookTravel. I am Saigon Cook. If you're new to my channel, please like, share my videos, and subscribe. Thank you. So I have glutinous rice, red beans, and mung beans. The measurement is on the screen. And I have a piece of pork belly. You should get a pork belly so that they have fat. That essential to making this cake taste good. Now I soak my rice and beans in warm water. It depends on your temperature, house, and your beans, your rice. You can soak up to from 6 to 8 to 10 hours. I soak my 8 hours. And now I chop up the pork belly. The way that you get the pork, you should get the pork shoulder or pork belly because they got fat in there, and we need it fat so that is melting and mingle with the rice to make the cake taste better. So I don't have the long piece of pork belly, so I have small pieces. I will connect them and you will see how. So I season it with salt, black peppers, and fish sauce and green onion. And that's it. That is my mama recipe. She always did so. And always tastes good. So set it aside and let it sit like 30 minutes or so. Heat the fat or oil in the skillet and I drop in a piece of garlic. And now I will brown all sizes of pork belly to make a little flavors on the pork first. Then after that, we will add water or stock, better chicken stock or pork stock, to cook it like an hour and 20 minutes or so to make them very, very tender. Now you see I already started cooking my red beans, and now I remove the skin of the mung beans and I will cook my mung bean in 25 minutes. For the red beans you need about 30-35 minutes, but you press between your finger like so, and if break is ready. So I mix the rice with the red beans and with the water of the red beans. And now I add coconut milk. Preferable you get fresh coconut milk, squeezed from the coconut fruit from the tree, fresh. But I don't have it, so I use the can. And I use 1/3 of the can. You don't need to get a lot to be dominate, but you get a little fat, cream of the coconut so that it helps the fattiness of the rice. I add a half a teaspoon of salt here. And I cover and steam it for 60-65 minutes. Every 20 minutes I will remove the cover and stir the rice and the beans. Now my mung beans was cooked and soft enough, so I mash it and I add the fat, the render fat, and green onions. That's all my mama did. Sorry, I just want to say do, but she passed away for a long time, 20 years now. Every time in the new year, when I make rice cake, I always remember my mama. In the old days, she soaked the mung bean, and she always got me to remove the husk, the skin of the mung beans. And after she cooked the mung beans, she gave the pot to me with the big chopstick, and I mashed them, stirring around, and I had mashed mung bean, perfect for her to do the stuffing for the rice cake. You see, after I steam the rice and the beans, I remove it from heat and I spread it out on parchment paper. I initially told you that this is a non-traditional way to make rice cake, because in the traditional way we need to have banana leaves to roll to cover the roll, and we need the strings to tie the roll, and we need to cook for a long time, at least 6 hours or so. If you don't say that, 12 hours. So I make my rice and bean into rectangular. The size of my recipe will get you 12 inches by 10 inches. And now I make the mung beans with the pork inside stuffing suitable size, so that this one will go inside the beans, the red beans and the rice. You can see them. My mung bean is little because when I opened the bag, my mung bean went bad, so I threw it away, and I don't have any bag left instead of the whole mung bean like I have. So I soaked the whole mung bean anyway, and you can see that I did pretty good job to remove all the skins of the mung bean. But because of that, I have very limited amount of mung beans. But if you do, get half a cup of mung bean, and they normally sell at the Asian supermarket or grocery, no husk, no skin mung bean. So you just bought and you just buy and you can cook easily than me. You can see that I have a stuffing smaller than my rice and bean. So I decided to stop right here and I will scoop out the extra beans and rice. I don't want too much rice and beans around because it's all about balance. You need the stuffing, sweet potato, the outer rice and beans, sweet potato, proportional. Right now I try to roll them up to make a roll. You can see I use parchment paper here and I can see my techniques. I roll and push back, rolls and push back. That way I will have a very tight roll. That's what you want. So I try to squeeze the end, and you should because that make the roll tight. That on purpose here. So after I have that, now I use Saran Wrap to roll one more time. You can see I make very tight roll. I roll and press, roll and pull, and that's it. If you are more careful, you can get the Saran Wrap and wrap the opposite side so that the two ends stay in places. But I'm okay with this, so I try to press it down like so, and the other end, you see, I press down and squeeze, twist the ends up and press it down. So I think that I will leave like this, and I roll a few times on the counter so my roll completely round. And to be certain, I tie a little bit with the twine, but not the traditional way to tie it like that. Now I let it rest overnight. Now the next morning I open it now and I review you my product. You can see it look just like traditional look without the banana leaves, without the strings. And the time of cooking, I cook it like more than 60 minutes versus 5-6 hours up to 12 hours. And the roll come out nicely. And I tested it and it tastes good. You are invited. Thank you for watching. I hope I see you again. Bye bye.